disabled American veteran here living in Colombia. How you guys doing today? Back with another quick video. This is a video where several people have asked about this in the past, and I want to go ahead and cover it now, which is travel pay while living overseas. Do we get travel pay as a disabled veteran living in a foreign country? Now, the quick answer to that is no, but it depends also, because if you have a CNP exam or you have a psych exam, whatever, and it's claim related, and you have to go to the embassy or you have to go to a clinic that's in your area in order to get the CNP exam done, they will pay you. That happened to me when I was living in the Dominican Republic. I had to have a CNP exam. They paid me to go to the embassy to get the paperwork to take with me to the clinic. So they paid me to the embassy one way, and then they paid me from the embassy to the clinic. So they will pay for CNP exams. But as far as any other type of exams, like if you're just flying from whatever country you're in to go to your appointment in the States, they're gonna pay you from your address in the States as long as it's within the same, area code of where you're going to see the doctor. So let me give you an example of what I mean by that. My primary health care is in Phoenix, but say I was to go to Florida, Fort Lauderdale, the William King Clinic, I believe it's called, and get seen, they're only going to pay me from the border, right, like the pier, to the VA hospital, which ain't that much. But when I was in Phoenix and I was being seen in San Diego, because here's the thing also, guys, when you're in the States and say your doctor transfer from your location to another location and it's within 250 miles and you rather go see that one, they'll let you do that as long as it's within reason. It's when you try to go from one end of the country to the other end, they're not going to pay you for that. But they will, in a situation like that, allow you to go, up to, I think it's 250 miles. I know from where I was living in Yuma to the Mission Valley VA, it was just under 200 miles, and I would get paid one way to go there. So currently my house is in Phoenix. That's the address that I have. When I go to my appointment in October, they're going to pay me from my address in Yuma to Phoenix, which is also 200 miles. But as far as being overseas, living overseas, and you're going to a doctor or you're going to a clinic, are they going to pay you travel pay? No. If there's an emergency situation and they got to airlift you from here to Florida, who pays for that? That would be you. You are responsible for that. Now, you can get your own health care. Like here in this country, they do offer health care. It's very inexpensive. They are going to want to know all your health issues and everything. They're going to want to see and do a medical exam, just so you know that up front. But you can get health care, at least in this country. I know you can. I know you can in the DR and in Mexico, because I've been in all three of those for a while. So I know you can get health care in those places, and I'm sure you can get it in others. I've heard people talk about getting health care in Panama, in Canada. So it's not that big a deal. But just so we're clear, when you're living overseas and when it comes to travel pay, if you are not getting a CNP exam or some kind of exam where they're requiring you to go to a location, they're not going to pay you for just going to a doctor's appointment here. They're not going to pay you if you're flying to a VA that's different from the one you normally go to, that distance. They're only going to pay you from the closest point, which is whatever the state line or the border or whatever it may be, to the VA hospital. That's the way they do it. So hopefully this was clear. Hopefully you guys can understand that. If you have any questions about that, I would suggest you call your VA's hospital or whatever regional office you're at and ask to speak to someone in their travel department so you can understand exactly what you get from the distance that you're traveling from. Now, I know there are some circumstances, and I'm just ending with this. I know there's circumstances like where I live in Yuma, my actual location I'm supposed to go to is in, I can't even think of the name, but it's the other major city, not Phoenix, Tucson. I couldn't even think of it. Tucson. I'm supposed to go to Tucson, which is 100 miles farther than what Phoenix is. But because I had already been in the Phoenix VA system and it got me closer, because I would rather land, go to my appointment, go home, and then come back and be ready to go instead of going all the way to Tucson, then coming all the way back to Yuma. So it just made more sense for me to do it that way. But they would have actually paid me from the way it's broken down in the state of Arizona. They have the north and they have the south. And the way Yuma sits, it would have been the southern half instead of the northern half where Phoenix is. But you can request to go where you want to go. So just like living in Yuma, I requested to go to California. I went to California. I requested to go to Phoenix. I'm going to Phoenix. When I was going to the one here in Fort Lauderdale, I just called them up, let them know I wanted to be seen there. They transferred my paperwork and I was seen there. And then I told them, okay, well, I'm gonna go back to Phoenix because I didn't like the facilities, and then transfer it back to Phoenix. So you get to dictate your health care. Just make sure you guys understand that. All right, guys, that's gonna be it for this video. I appreciate everybody watching as always.